Hello everybody, I'm back here with another video, and I know it's been 2 months since November since I made a video, and I have zero excuses for it. But it's a new year, it's 2026, and I'm gonna try and be way more consistent with making YouTube videos. And hopefully I can, hopefully we can grow this year, grow our little community. That would be great. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that I literally have no excuse other than laziness for being gone. And some personal stuff. Obviously, the holidays were over, like this recent few months, so there's that. And holidays can be crazy if you have a big family, and I do. But yeah, this is just a normal video like the rest, some Reddit stories and some Minecraft, and yeah, I appreciate you guys all for all the support and for those who have been hanging on to hope that I'd come back. I know when I uploaded my last video, there were people like saying in the comments like, "Oh, you're back, thank God." But yeah, I appreciate all the feedback and support that you guys give me on my videos. Make sure to join my Discord if you're not in it already. It's not really too active because I'm not really too active, so I guess it's just I get what I put into it, but I'm gonna try to be more active there as well. I post links to when I upload my new videos and everything, so if you want to be updated there as well, you can join. It'll be in the first link of the description. And yeah, if you like this video, leave a like, and if there's anything that would be able to change to make these better, just let me know in the comments. And please like and subscribe, if you like these videos and want to continue to see me doing them more. And let's get right into these Reddit stories. Alright, so this first story comes from the subreddit r/am I the jerk. I know, huge difference from am I the asshole. The title of the story reads, "Am I the jerk for walking out of dinner after my girlfriend tested me?" I, 29 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 28 female, for 8 months. She's really into social media and relationship tests, which I've always found kind of cringy but harmless. Last night we went out to dinner. Halfway through the meal, a woman came up to our table, flirted with me, and asked for my number. I immediately said no and told her I was there with my girlfriend. After the woman left, my girlfriend started laughing and told me it was her friend, and she wanted to see how I'd react. She said I passed, so I shouldn't be mad. I was pissed. I told her that was humiliating and manipulative, and I don't want to be tested like I'm on some reality show. She said I was overreacting, and that other guys would find it funny. I paid for my food, left, and went home. Now she says I embarrassed her and made a big deal out of nothing. Am I the jerk for walking out? Well, in my opinion, I think these little relationship tests and quizzes that you find online or in magazines or, wherever you find them are for the most part pretty harmless and kind of dumb, kind of goofy and silly, and they're kind of cute to do with your partner, and it's like whatever. I mean, there's not much harm to it as is said in this post, and I don't really think there was much harm intended here, but I can understand entirely where the guy is coming from. I would hope, if I was in this person's shoes, that I wouldn't have to be tested to prove anything, or I wouldn't have to be, manipulated into some kind of made-up scenario that's orchestrated by two people. But at the same time, I don't think I would react like that to something like this personally, because I think I would find it funny, but I don't know if that's just me. I'm not trying to downplay what this guy is saying or anything, but I think I'm a little more easygoing with stuff like this. It might be a little frustrating at first, but then it's I would probably get over it. But I 100% see how this is a manipulative thing that could be manipulative. And I could also see how it's not intended as much to be that way. But at the same time, I feel like if you're doing this with your significant other and you're at this I guess point. It's 8 months in, and it's like, you know, if you're not looking for this kind of relationship where like you can like, I guess, quote unquote test each other, or like you don't find it comfortable to like have to pass all these tests or jump through these hoops, then like, yeah, that's like whatever. Like that's a preference 100%. And I can 100% see how it's also a manipulative thing, because it kind of is. She set up a fake scenario and tested your trust with it, and it was just her friend, and you were kind of just trying to have a dinner and go out with your girlfriend and have a nice time. And I guess also there's probably some kind of resentment there for her constantly doing these tests and being obsessed with them. And like he said, they are harmless any other time, but when you like start to bring them off of that silly, like goofy, dumb, like little like tests that you find on like Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest or whatever, I think that's like when it gets a little too far. Even like, yeah, I would say so. I think that's when it gets too far. Bring it into real life, bring it into like real scenarios. If it's something you just like lay in bed or like chill and do like while you're watching a show, then it's like whatever. But I can 100% understand this guy's frustration here. And I just think I'm a little more easygoing than that, I guess. I don't know if I would 100% do that, but I would, I mean, I could see this being a frustration and being annoying to constantly like, you know, do these silly tests, and then for them to bring it out into the real world, it might show how much like they truly think of these tests as something that is actually proves a point and like proves intent in like another partner, like depending on like the way they answer or like do things when presented with these tests. So yeah, I 100% get that, and I don't think this guy's the jerk. But I also think this is kind of like, I don't know, not necessarily a nothing burger issue, but more so like a um like different people would react in a different way, and I don't think I'm just the kind of person who would react this way. But I can understand why this person did react this way. Yeah, well, that's about it for that one. Let's move on to the next story. Alright, so this next story comes from the subreddit r/confession. It reads, I'm an addict, and for the time being, it makes me a better person. ETA, I promise I will read through every single comment I receive and thank you all for making sure I get my needed dose of reality. I do agree with everyone when they say this is foolish and won't end well. I'll never pretend like it won't. This is just how my life currently is. When I hit rock bottom, I'll update this post, I promise. I have done pretty much every common substance out there, at least a time or two, but pain has been the constant one in my life. Currently, I am a daily user, and I suppose my use is quite heavy. It has been this way for about 6 months or so, with the heavy use and over a year for daily use. When I'm using, I'm able to complete tasks as I start them, not getting sidetracked or bouncing between several unfinished tasks. I have energy to work 50 plus hours a week overnight, but still do all the responsibilities required of me in the day. And oh my god, the mood. I'm always upbeat, positive, happy, and have the patience of a Zen monk. Thank you, dopamine floods. Only about 3 people know I abuse this, and when they found out, they were completely in denial, because apparently I don't look like an addict, whatever that means. I have no intentions of stopping. I budget accordingly and work extra shifts if I want to use more the coming month. I'm a better person in all areas of my life because of my addiction, and it's heartbreaking to say out loud. So, this is a bit of a crazy one. I know we jumped from dinner dates to addiction, but you know, this is kind of just how we roll here. But I'm gonna be honest, so personally, I've been affected by addiction in my life. Not personally, I've never been addicted, but I've had people around me who were for years and ongoing. And I've been through seeing people go through this about being, some kind of substance that brings them to a certain kind of reality. It kind of wakes them up and makes it easier to live life, and it brings their normal to reality. I have someone who's very close to me who is an ex addict, and I kind of have some insight on this in the sense where they abuse substances because it made them feel normal, kind of how this person feels. They feel like they can do everything they need to do. They can complete their responsibilities. They can work as like more than normal and like make more money. And overall, they're using it as a crutch. And if you know anything about a crutch, is it's flimsy and it can break very easily if you lean on it too much. And that's kind of how this is. Basically, in this sense, the crutch being the substance and the breaking being this person's body just completely shutting down at some point in his life or their life because they've been using this kind of substance for a long time, and it'll put a real strain on you just as much as anything else would. All substances that, if you abuse them, have effects on you, and it's bad. And a lot of people use this, use this thing where this person's saying in here where like it makes him feel normal, it makes him feel good, and it's like, I mean, of course it does. It's because you don't feel normal, you don't feel good, and you can't get everything done in your real life when you're sober, and that's a problem. That's something that you need to go and seek out help for, and instead of self-medicating like this, you need to seek a professional who could possibly help you to the fullest of an extent with way less damage to your body later on. And I mean, that's kind of how even prescription medication is too. Like, a lot of prescription medication that people need to treat something that's serious and that could affect their lives, and like you have a huge detrimental effect on it whether or not it's treated. A lot of these medical substances have bad effects later down the road, but a lot of those outweigh the good things that they make us capable of doing if we truly do need them. And as someone who's been on SSRIs before for OCD, I'm not gonna lie, I took them for a few months, I think maybe 3 to 6 months, and I felt nothing. And I also kind of learned that a lot of doctors give small doses of SSRIs to people who they think have minor OCD or minor certain like mental illnesses, I guess, as kind of like a placebo. And I noticed that it did nothing. It didn't really work on me because I was like genuinely curious if it was. And substances aren't like the only option either. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with yourself to like make it better. Like, there's a lot of behaviors you can change and mental things, but at the end of the day, like, they do help for certain people. There's certain extreme cases for like ADHD or OCD or ASD that medication can help, or depression and stuff like that. It can help very well. But this person just, I'm gonna be honest, I think they should stop taking this substance because, one, it's really hard. It's like a really hard substance to take, and it's probably gonna mess them up for a long time if they continue to do this consistently. Like, it's gonna wear on their body over the course of time, and they're gonna see it when they're older or even when they're younger. And also the risk of overdosing and possibly dying is always there. Like, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of excuses that addicts give to continue to be addicts, and it's the terrifying loop of an addict. It's one of the worst parts about it is they convince themselves that they need it, or else they're not normal, or else they can't experience what it's like to feel good in their own body. And it's an interesting dichotomy that's very brutal. It's a very brutal duality there. And I think this person just needs to get help. And I think they need to seek out real medical attention and mental health professionals and psychiatrists and etc. What, like, everything instead of this. Anything is better than abusing a substance that can take such a toll on your body. And yeah, that's about it for that one. That was a bit of a heavy topic, but let's move on to the next story. Okay, so for this next story, it comes from the same subreddit, r/confessions, and it reads, I talked to a child PDF file and I can do nothing about it. Sorry, I cringe every time I hear PDF file. I've never had to say that before in a serious sense, but the story reads, need help catching this PDF, or reporting at least. So there's this 32-year-old feminist that I was talking to who was pregnant. She tells me she had relations with her ex, herself, and one of their younger daughters. And she told me she wants to be punched in her stomach while she's pregnant. Now, there's a very high chance this is actually a guy screwing with me, but the slim chance that it's not, it might actually be real. I just need to get this person exposed. I tried talking to them for longer to extract info, but they're bad at saying it, and they're way too screwed up. I am getting blocked from every subreddit for posting this. My post was removed from here. My account has a warning, and I could get banned for this, but I have nowhere else to go. Well, I mean, this is pretty straightforward, I feel like. Anyone who does anything like this should probably be in prison for the rest of their lives, in my opinion. I'm definitely one of those kinds of people who doesn't think there's really coming back from this state of being a PDF file, I guess. And I genuinely think there is a special place in hell waiting for these people. And if this is a true story, it's very grammatically and like just grammatically terribly written. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, no offense, but the grammar is really bad, the sentence structure is really bad. So it was kind of hard to read. I don't know if you could tell in my voice, but it was a little hard to read. And so it may not even be a real story, but I'm gonna take it as real because I do as I do with everything else, and I'm gonna assume that they're telling the truth. And if you are telling the truth, there are tools that law enforcement can use if you report this to get these people, like, you know, get this person investigated. I actually, you know, have witnessed this happen in real time with somebody. I think one of my siblings had a friend that this is going on, and they basically were telling me about all this and how, like, it's this guy from, like, Europe and doing all this stuff and asking where they live. And it was kind of a crazy thing to hear it in that, like, it was so closely related, I guess, in my life, where, like, I literally could ask this person about this, and it was, like, just so interesting how there's this, like, 30-year-old guy messaging these kids, and it's insane. Like, there's no real way to, I don't know, in my mind, I don't really see a way of ever justifying it. Like, I genuinely feel like these kinds of people are a danger to society, whether they have some kind of mental illness wrong with them or not. Like, it's to a point. Like, there's some things you can excuse with other mental illnesses, like with ADHD. If someone can't focus in school, like, you can excuse that to an extent and you can treat that. But, like, this is crazy. Like, you're taking the innocence of children and ruining it for your own pleasure, and it's really screwed up. And these people, like I said before, should rot in hell. And you should probably do whatever you can to pursue this and inform law enforcement, your local law enforcement, inform whomever you need to of this. And I can understand why these posts keep getting taken down, this person keeps making, because in a lot of these subreddits, specifically in this one, the rule number 5 is no PDF posts. So I get it why it's getting taken down. Some of these places just kind of moderate their communities different. so I wouldn't take it personally there. But yeah, you should pursue this to the fullest extent. But yeah, also if they ever tell you there's nothing that they can do, that's kind of bullshit, because there really is a lot they can do. Like depending on where this person lives, it could turn into like some kind of, like, I don't know if federal investigation's the right phrase, but I know it can turn into something like that, where it's they work with other people outside of their own police department or police barracks to help pursue this and investigate this, and would probably transfer this to some like federal agent, I would assume. Then again, I'm also talking out of my ass. I don't know how that works whatsoever, but I would assume if they're like in a different state in the US, or if they're in a different country or whatever you may have you, it would turn into some kind of federal thing. And yeah, I've had a lot of experience with police not being able to pursue this, like in the situation I spoke about before with one of my siblings' friends. The police locally here initially said that there was nothing they could do until the family pressed harder against them and like kind of just were very persistent about it, and then they finally picked up the case, and it's still being investigated to this day. So I'm not really sure how it ends, but yeah, if this person is still out there, I guess this was posted 6 minutes ago, so I mean, yeah, if this person's still out there, I would definitely pursue this to the fullest extent as much as you can, because this stuff is nothing to joke about. It's not appropriate at all, and it's like it's some of the worst things you could do, like as a human being, probably, is be a PDF file. Like, and I 100% believe that. But yeah, that's it for the stories. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been a long time since I posted. It's about 2 months since November, and I'm sorry about that. I apologize for if it seems I've abandoned you. I have no excuses again for not posting. And yeah, this is the first video of the new year. I'm going to be trying to be more consistent. I'm also posting shorts content on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So if you guys want to go check that out and support me, my link to my TikTok will be in the description under the link to my Discord server invite. So if you want to join my Discord and talk to me there and just see what's going on, hang out a little bit, that's always open. That's always free to you guys whenever you want. And if you want to go check out my shorts, it's there too, and my TikTok is always there and will be below the Discord invite link. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a happy new year and are, trying your best to stay positive in 2026 and just have a good outlook for the year. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate you guys for all the support again, and I appreciate, those who stick around to see if I was ever going to upload again. I promise I'm not dead or anything. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.